Mark here, Tuesday, May the 12th. It's 8 a.m. Eastern. That's 12 noon GMT, and the US sessions just got underway. Let's have a look at the US dollar performance. Strong start today on the index. You can see that bounced up off this very tough support level, sitting at 97.83, and intraday resistance at 98.22, noticeably above that 98 level, and also testing the descending trend line. So we'll see whether this can be maintained now that the US session's underway, continued dollar strength, or if we're going to get a turnaround, a bounce down of this resistance descending trend line, and sellers do enter the market and look back down at this support level. But certainly strong US dollar to start the new trading day. Let's have a look at the majors, starting on the euro. And there you see the solid red candlestick that's selling euro, buying US dollar strength, just like we saw on the index. I've got resistance at 117.80, and I've got support at 117.39. So we'll see whether this can be maintained. Strong US dollar, break below this support, with the uptrend still in place. We'll see whether that can be turned around today, or if we do get a turnaround through the US session from strong to weak US dollar, and buyers bounce up off this level and look back up at the 117.80. The pound against the US, very similar pattern. You can see that solid red candlestick to start, selling pound, buying US dollars, strong US dollar, bounced up off this support, sitting at 134.99, the 135 level, and resistance at 136.06. So about 100 pip range for now. Let's see uh, whether this bounce continues. See the wick at the bottom of the body. If I zoom in on the hourly, there you see the attempted turnaround. Don't know if that's going to play out or if that can last. That would be buying pounds, selling US dollar, from strong US dollar to weak US dollar, and buyers look back up at this 136 level, or continuation, or at least maintenance of this strong US dollar like we've seen to start the day. But those are our levels to work with for now. Let's have a look at the US against the yen. Again, strong US dollar, you can see that. I've got support at 157.05. I've got resistance at 157.71. Buyers have done enough to reverse the EMAs. You can see that from a downtrend to an uptrend. Let's see whether this continues. US dollar strength, and buyers test this 157.71 again, or at least maintain at this level, or turn around from strong to weak US dollar, and sellers step in at this level and look back down at the 157 support. And then we've got US dollar against the Canadian. And here you see the strong US dollar hasn't given up anything as yet, testing this tough resistance level at 137.10, been unable to break above this level since the middle of, or towards the end of April last month, holding strong this resistance level. Buyers will look to test it, break it, and get above this 137 level. If we're going to see a turnaround from strong to weak US dollar and sellers step in, then a bounce down off these levels, and sellers look back down at the 136.78, the support for now. So we're seeing it on the index, we're seeing it on the majors. Strong US dollar to start today, after a weak US yesterday to start the week. We'll see whether this can continue. Demand for US dollar on the index and on the majors, resistance and support levels being tested right now, or if we're going to get a turnaround from strong to weak US dollar through the US session. Good trading, keep that discipline, and I'll see you at end of day.